Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach. How are you guys? What's going on? Bit of a late one once again. Shorty's a bit late home from work, so we're getting stuck into it now. Don't have a good feeling about this. I'm not a big one for checking scores regularly and heaps, going after every game, checking the scores. It's not really my go, but you get a sense for it over the weekend, and my sense is bad. I just feel like there are a lot of premiums that were down. So let's take a bit of a look, and then I'll delve into a few bits and pieces. I've got to do an essay after this too, which is my own fault. Well, the Colonel's happy. He's saying winner, winner. But what have we got in terms of rankings? Any good? What the fuck? All right. Well, I'll take that. I'll take that. I was actually surprised. So I ended up trading Hewitt for Stewart and doing a couple other bits and pieces. 5 league wins, that's good. We'll take a look at those in a moment. Before we get into it too, a couple little shout outs. I went to buy some golf clubs last week. Shorty's trying to get his golf game on, and it needs some drastic improvement, but rocked up just via Marketplace, and shout out to the fellow who was selling me the golf clubs. He watches the channel, so appreciate that, mate. So yeah, the clubs went alright. The clubs were good. It's probably just the bloke on the other end of them that was struggling a little bit today. Just went round Queen's Park, 9 holes. And the game's got a little bit of work to do. It wasn't bad off the tee. Everything else, average. And then I was at work, and one of my deliveries that one of the fellas who I delivered to, he watched the channel as well. So shout out to you as well, mate. That was kind of cool. So yeah, always nice when people say hi. I love it actually. So it's nice. But taking a look at my team, extremely disappointed with Stewart. And Ridley going out pissed me right off. I feel like I don't know. Obviously the score was good, and I don't really understand how. But at the moment, SuperCoach just kind of feels like, your missus that you've just had a fight with. I don't know, like you love them and that, but you just off them for a touch. You just need a bit of space. I was just a bit off SuperCoach this week, and I don't even know why. Oh shit! Nearly spilt my water over. Crisp was good. I just think there's nothing more annoying than premiums not doing what they should. It just frustrates the shit out of me, particularly ones that you've just brought in. I feel like, if Jaden Short or Clayton Oliver, who I've had from the start, if they had a bad one, it's like, well, I've ridden the really good ones, and you're going to cop a bad one every now and then. But I trade in Brayshaw, he has a poor one. I trade in Stewart, he has a poor one. Look, Crisp was really good. Short was really good. Dacos was solid enough. Hinge, bit disappointing, but, solid. Would have preferred to have the emergency on McCartan. Went Gibcus just because of recent form, and, just wasn't exactly sure how McCartan would return straight after the head knock. But he was really good, and that's great for cash gen. Oliver, Neal, McRae responded. Good lad. Got me a nice little VC. Cripps was massive. Miller, fantastic. We love that. And Brayshaw, huge. So Steele had a bit of a down day, but it was pretty tough, particularly early for the Saints. And I think he had a lot of clangers, actually. But I guess that's probably why I had a half-decent week, because blokes like, these big guns in the midfield had big days. Witts continues to just surprise. He continues to do really, really well. Bruce had a day out. The Cats were really struggling in the ruck department, and didn't get stacks of the ball, but was getting hit out after hit out. And it was awesome to see Hayes get plenty of score, plenty of points as well, because that'll be great for the cash gen. Parker and Dunkley were just a touch off, but nothing to be, absolutely terrible. And Heaney, I'm just not loving his role at the moment. He's still scoring all right every now and then. Last week he turned up, but just, I don't know. And my big bugbear is Zach Butters, who's just, maybe that's why I was pissed off, because Friday night comes around and I'm just like, let's just start off the week nicely. Just let me fall asleep on Friday night and things are good in the world. Butters did what he should have done, and McRae did what he did. But no, Butters, you just had to put in an absolute stinker. I'd accept an 80, but you're 52, mate. You're really making it hard to keep you. It really is. And Martin continues to be really good, and DeConning had his highest score of the year, which was great, and Rose's was just an absolute stinker. So his cash generation will fall in an absolute heap, so that's pretty disappointing. But let's take a look at some of the leagues and see how we went. Dropped a couple there, disappointing. Yeah, close. Couple of close ones. Went down by about 30 points there in the Braggers. And I wonder if we're still number one here. How are we going? Oh, I went down to Ben. We're still number one, though. That's what we like to see. Good stuff. Good stuff. Went down to Buttons by about 25 points. That stings. Good win there. Good win there. Just 15 points over. It's the Dre. Oh, another close one over D's Nuts Big. It's classical. And another pretty close one over Jimmy there. Oh, good score from Toilyberg. 2,400. That's very nice. And then, a couple to just round out there. So, look, overall, I don't know. I probably judge my horse. I can't speak. I probably judge my team pretty harshly sometimes. So, I was probably thinking I would go worse than I actually did. And there probably were a few people holding Hewitt, which probably gave me a slight advantage, even though Stewart didn't score overly well. So to move up nearly into the top 5,000, I'm really happy about. In terms of what's going on with my trades and stuff, it's really tough to say. Someone like Mitch Duncan is, just showed what he can do. I feel like we shouldn't forget him. Sean Darcy, I told you. You heard it here first. I told you he was still a gun and still capable, but it takes a score like that for us to really take notice. I feel like Pendlebury, he's got to be in the mix. I feel like Dawson as well. I think he scored pretty nicely. Had one of his better games for the Crows, and, I just think he could be a handy option as well. I think Dacos probably needs to go. Well, not needs to go, but 134. Nice. Yeah, okay. I'd imagine his break-even's, still around that 70 or something like that. 68. So it's not desperate. Tim Taranto is probably one guy who, again, hasn't set the world on fire in the last 2 weeks, but I do think is a really nice option. Break-even in 99. I'd be half tempted to take him next week and just keep Callum Mills on your radar as well, because he's been going absolutely bonkers, but last week or just gone by scored a 60, so look at that big thump and 201 break even. So he's got to come down a fair way. When you score 60 and still go up in price, you've been doing something right. So yes, I think there is a chance that, and then what do I do with Butters? That's the thing. Yeah, it'd be really interesting as to what I do. I just wonder if Gibcus may have peaked. How are we going for time here? Oh, Josh Kelly, what am I doing? Oh yeah, because I typed Bigcus. I've lost the plot here. Because obviously he'll lose that 100 that he scored. I just wonder. It's still 46, so there's really nothing too much. How did old mate Rory Thompson score? You'd be surprised if he did much. Not really a scorer, and 38 sounds about right. So I'll just have to see. Even someone like Cornelio, again, it's not dire for him to go. Like, he can still stay, that's for sure. But in terms of break even, he may have made enough cash. I'll just have to have a bit of a sift around. And again, assess the cash cow situation. There's a chance that I don't do too much. So where's Taranto at? He was 479. It's a pity I've only got 15,000 in the bank, because, a little bit extra would have been just handy. How about Hugh Dixon? What's going on there? Bloody his pricks out left, right, and centre at West Coast, and he goes and gets dropped. Absurd. But that's my team. I hope you guys had a good week out there. It's always nice when you check the rankings and you're surprised at how they went in a positive fashion. So hopefully we can continue to go up in the right direction. And look, I'm my own worst enemy here, because the next hour and a half for Shorty's going to be bloody studying, which I'm my own worst enemy. To be fair, right, I was pretty well prepared. We've got a presentation tomorrow. Really well prepared for that. Then I was talking to my mate Brad, and he's like, got an essay done. Nice. Good to have that out of the way. I'm like, right, when's the essay due? He's tonight. Okay. Looks like Shorty's going to go home, finish work, do the podcast, do the press conference, and study. So that should be fun. That should be fun. Wish me luck. I'll talk to you guys soon. We'll be back. We'll go live throughout the week. We'll be talking soon. Plenty of videos. Appreciate your support. Cheers.